important that we document our history so that we can have the stories to tell. The cwalk is a reflection of a larger picture, of a culture, of a history, of a people, of a pain, of a suffering. You have this dance, this walk, this expression. I think it's important to see all this history because if we don't know where we've been, we'll never know where we're going. So I'm with you.
Underdog.
What's cracking? CJ Mack from Underdog Records and Films, aka the King of L.A. Welcome to Los Angeles.
Some call this the home of the body bag. I just call it home. Every 10 blocks or so, we got different gangs that represent different sets around here. Summertime's a motherfucker, and the murder rate around Christmas ain't no better. It's like God comes through cleaning house every 6 months or something. If you can make it here, you can make anywhere on this planet. But through all the hood shit, bullets and bloodshed, every hood in Los Angeles got one thing in common. Hardcore rap music and motherfuckers dancing to it.
Here goes.
Ladies and gentlemen, right now, back. I'd like to introduce DJ Mack.
King of L.A.
Back again.
I'm the King of L.A.
Yeah. What's cracking, y'all? This Dub C, the Ghetto Heisman. I'm about to give y'all an up-close and personal look and hopefully some insight on the new dance craze that's sweeping across the world. We call it the cwalk. So hop in, buckle up, keep your eyes and ears open and your mouth shut, because the ride might get crazy, y'all.
No, yeah, no smoking in my shit.
cwalk started over 30 years ago. Its originators were OG Crips. Up until now, the dance has been sacred, limiting itself to gang members. Crips to be more specific. Now just in case you've been living under a rock or something, or sleeping in a cave the last 30 years, the Crips are various sets of street gangs originating in Los Angeles in 1969. Purpose, community resources, inter-party services. And I'm not at liberty to go much farther than that. Choice of color, blue. And that was conceived in the 1970s as well. OG Crips used to get together and go to house parties, usually uninvited in a little buzz, trying to get at a fine female or something. Crips were easily identified. A Crip was rarely out of uniform. A golf hat, biscuits, Stacey Adams, bomber jacket, croaker sacks, a Godfather, and some Levi's creases start so stiff they could stand up in the corner by themselves. It's just in the Crips' nature to be competitive on the squabble or the dance tip, and that's where the cwalk comes in.
It was not only did the dance, like the real Crip walkers would walk, and then you gotta hit poses, then you gotta move and stop and bail, and then they would do spin and hit you up at the same time. So it was definitely a gang dance.
Like gang members, crips, cwalk, like in 70s, like 75, 76.
Dub C really was the one that put it on front page. You know, he was the one that did it in all the videos, and you know, he got his own little style where he hops side to side, keep his knees together and moves it and stuff. That's what you're seeing. You're seeing like basically the hybrid of Dub C's Crip walk going across country. What you're seeing now is cats dancing like Dub C. So that's that. But if you look at some cats prior to Dub C, they walk different and stuff. I mean, to me, it's still fun. I saw Bow Wow dance on the awards, and he was pretty nice with it, you know. He was pretty nice with it, but Bow Wow don't know nothing about no cripping, you know what I'm saying? But it's just a dance, you know. It's a dance to him.
Yeah, right about now, we about to go meet Big Ghost, one of LA's most respected cwalkers.
We got these funny guys out here. They done turned the crip walk into a dance. You understand me? Back when I was coming up, if you got caught doing the crip walk and you wasn't from nowhere, you would've got beat down. That's the bottom line. You had to be from somewhere.
Now usually you say the best for last, but in this case, it's OG's first. It's Big Ghost, 90 Crip.
Now, OGs like me looking down at the young homies and wondering, what is the young homies doing to let all these other guys come through and mess up the crip walk and start putting it down in a way where it's no longer the crip walk, it's just a walk.
Niggas be walking, crip walking like they some hard ass bangers or whatever. Nigga don't even hit a nigga up, they be dancing with motherfuckers don't even bang, thinking they fresh as a motherfucker. Well, I was that nigga, wasn't even about being all fresh, even though niggas stay fresh today. We stay fresh, we pop our whip, but it wasn't even all being with motherfucking Pele and all that shit. Nigga had some khakis, nigga some Ben Davis street stuff, tight ass motherfucking Pumas, and banging ass in any nigga where you from, just walking nigga and locking on sight, whatever. Period, point blank, I don't bang, you walking, bang, 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 that's it, sock you out, done, got it.
I remember when niggas, you know what I'm saying, niggas get his hat slapped off, and you know what I'm saying, depending on what hat you had on, then the other nigga was gonna take off on you on the side, you know what I'm saying, and starter jackets and all shit. So me growing up living this shit, and just to see niggas abuse it and make it a gimmick, I think it's whack.
See a gang of girls crip walking this shit, woo, it's gonna get back hot, cause niggas is banging again, some motherfuckers out here banging again. It's gonna get back hot. The motherfucker starts like Easy said a long time ago, my baby ain't never hurt nobody, but still gotta show that baby's party. Yeah, don't hate it.
This is 11 Deuce Broadway. They take crip walking and crippin'. Dead serious.
Yeah, for real. Real crippin' on this side of town.
Broadways feel that only Crips should cwalk, and that all non-affiliates are still in the fame without surviving the pain.
These niggas done changed the game, man. They got some millennium stunners out here, man. #1 stunners, man. Runners, man. You know, they done changed the crip walking, man.
I feel like niggas ain't struggled hard as us, homie. We struggled, homie. We sleep in vacant spots, homie. We stay up when it's raining all night, homie, trying to get $5 to put some food on our family table, you know what I mean? We the real niggas out here, homie.
They feel the cwalk is a crip ritual and not a dance, and have no respect for those that cwalk in vain.
This where that real shit at. Look, homie, our grass ain't green, homie. They grass green, homie.
You see
this
shit?
This shit tough over here, baby. We crippin' over here.
Man, OG crip walking up in that
Crip
joint.
walkers over here, baby.
For some money, what?
Hand signs are not the only way to represent. Some Crips hit you up with their feet, spelling out their neighborhoods, like you see Broadway being spelled out here.
Nigga, show your ink, nigga. Where your ink at, nigga?
We got ink, man. We got ink over here, man. You got ink out here. Broadway ink, you know what I mean?
We got ink out here. Big ink.
Other niggas got ink.
Big ink out here.
Other niggas got ink.
Niggas got ink out here. West
Hold
West,
up,
man.
man. Hold up.
Real niggas at.
Did it all that. Went to the Chisnecks, all that. Look.
West Side,
You know, I ain't no hater, Mac. I'm a participator. You know, everything changed with time, and I'm with all that change. And I ain't mad that the kids have took it and turned it into something positive. You know what I mean? It's all good.
I need to turn some motherfucking music up. See some of these little niggas getting cracking. I know they ought to get down.
What you know about Underdog Life? EP track.
Keela, Drastic Goals, Topic, C-Mac, I got your back.
Underdog Life. Underdog Life. What? In the middle of the dance floor, cwalk, gone off Chris, pants low, dance spot on wrist. Every chicken in the club know Mac shit, hot on hit. Get loose, bitch, I don't trip. Every motherfucker around me, player got sharing none. At the Marriott sharing none. I love it when the wild bisex freaks act square and dumb. Pop X and start sharing tongue.
Keela comes down like Niagara Falls, only if you teasing it right. Wet my walls, I like to stand tall while you crawling out the door, old school. Been knowing about cuffing the balls. Cali freaky, really like sitting on your faces like milk the cow as I'm leaving, come traces. Never kiss and tell, tripping over shoelaces. Want a little twerk after a hard day's work. Yes, y'all, we been sipping Dawn and mixing dark and light. It's on into the morning. Yes, y'all, we been getting cheese and blowing it. Big chunks on green and big clean. Yes, y'all, we been riding high, stay fly. Big trucks, big chrome, big tires. Yes, y'all, we gon' take it all.
Keela, top dress and Mac Underdog.
Hey, ooh, that's my my song. I could dance to this shit all night long instead. Sugar daddies wanna buy me drinks. Ballin' cats in the cuts, blowing kisses and winks. Chicken heads hating on my midriff me. I got my head in the air like my shit don't stink.
Oh, damn, you fine.
Custom made to shine. Keeping niggas hard like they gripping they nines. Fantasizing they self. Hitting from behind. You could tell which niggas can fuck this.
And bottom line, honestly, back when they was crip walking, a lot of non-crip was crip walking. Girls was crip walking, everybody was crip walking. You had Lady Brims, you had criplets, you know, and they could crip walk and they bang hard like the brothers. Like I said, my baby's mother, my daughter's mother was a criplet.
Women have been involved in cripping and sea-walking for decades. Big homegirls and little homegirls alike.
This is like 3 generations with me. You know, first me, my husband, my son, now my grandkids. It didn't change tremendously. When the crip walk first came out in the 70s, I say about the late 73, early 74, it was like the East Side Crips, West Side Crips, and the other gangbangers. And what we do, we wore like our khakis, our crooked sags. People can distinguish the Crips because of the walk. All the gangbangers and all the Crips, we did the crip walk, and it was nice and slow and smooth. You know, it's just like a little gangster move and stroll. You know, you come in there, one Crip might start doing it, then the next one do it. It wasn't too many females that could do the crip walk. Me, myself, I was one.
Yeah, this bitch red on the crip walk right here. I'm crip walk, I gangbang.
What's your name?
I'm Little Girl Blue, 39th Street, Harlem Crib.
Where'd you get the name Little Girl Blue from?
I got a big homie, Big Girl Blue. She not here right now. She on one right now. She at home.
Let me get your head and show her so you fit your name. Little Girl Blue, you fit your name.
I fit it. That's me.
And what's your name?
Miss Chunkums Low, Harlem Crib, 39th Street, all day.
And why do they call you Big Chunkums?
Cause I put them down, can't no bitch see me. I ain't never seen no bitch see me. I ain't never had no scratches, no busted lips, black eyes, none of that shit, cause bitches don't get that close. Bing, bing!
Your name is what?
Little Miss BK Red from 39th Street, Harlem Crib. This is my big home girl. You know why the BK came. That's all, you ain't gonna play. Blood Killer.
What does the BK stand for, though?
It stands for Blood Killer. Cause I stay smashing on brands all day. Killer slide when I see one. I'm from 39th Street, Harlem Crip, I don't play. This is my big home girl, my sister, I love her. Big hot sauce, rolling red. I'm Watermelon. That's Big BK Red, 39th Street.
That BK stand for the same thing this young lady said.
Blood Killing Red, you know.
And your name is?
Shy Girl.
And you do fit that. You was the one running from the camera.
Back in the days, it's not like they are now. You know, we was basically like, we were banging, but we was like a bougie, you know, real bougie type bangers. You know, we dress, we put our heels on and stuff. You know, we go out, we party. You know, we dance and we kick it. Opposed to the ladies now, they have tattoos on their necks, on their arms, all everywhere. You know.
This trust no nigga, fear no bitch. My dice, 3 and a 9 in it. You know, the 3 and the O with an O right there. The brick wall. My teddy bear crying with the 3-0 in it. My little brother, rest in peace, Tiny Headache, you know, with the angel over it. My nigga T-Rose, Stevie, HIP. Me and my nigga Lil Cuckoo, my best friend from 9-0. My crew initial, my little family tree over here, 3. Dirt Gang.
This is all pertaining to gangs. And you know what? Some people is doing it just because it looks nice. When you see people doing the walk, you know, you get in the groove with it, you be bobbing, you be bossing, you be like, yeah. But if you're in the wrong area and you do it, you know, another gang can come and they can identify you as being in another set and might shoot you or something like that. If I would have stayed from the gangs, I don't know me, myself, like I tell my kids, I would have went on, I would have went through law school, probably would have been on the dream team with Johnny Cochran now. But it detoured me, you know, it put my college career on hold. I say, okay, I'm gonna go back later. Never did go back, you know, and here I am now, you know. I have a good paying job, but it's not what I wanted to do back in the days where my dreams were, but it's getting the bills paid and everything, you know. But other than that, I went to jail. I shot somebody for the grace of God, you know. I went to trial, and they, you know, found me not guilty, and that changed my life a lot. Then it's like, oh, you got to wake up, you know. You got to do things right.
Crip walking has changed drastically since the 70s. OGs were smooth with it, sliding back and forth, posing, throwing up hood signs, representing their turf. The new generation of Crip walkers jump around more. Their style is more energetic, but the concept remains the same. Still posing, still throwing up hood signs. The new generation also introduces the non-affiliated Crip walker, the kid that has no gang involvement, but has been exposed to Crip walking through music videos, older brothers and sisters, or other non-affiliated kids like themselves. Their style is a mixture of dancing, breaking, pop locking, and a little bit of everything else. They incorporate a lot of upper body movement, whereas the original dance is based heavily on footwork. This style is more commonly known as the clown walk, and I must say, this is the style that's sweeping the nation. Kids from 2 years old to 22 years old seem to have fallen in love with the clown walk. Whites, black, Asians, Mexicans, everybody's Crip walking. Question is it safe? Keep watching, you decide.
The latest. David?
Well, Philip, the cwalk is the name of this dance, and C stands for crips. And according to some people, the dance really amounts to a full-body gang sign. So they say it actually can be very dangerous. It's also very creative, very difficult to do. Now that the problem is the only place to do the dance in any safety is inside your own home. The dance is banned here at Crenshaw High School.
Several other inner-city high schools have banned the Crip and or the clown walk from any type of school event, on or off campus.
And doing the clown walk, are you concerned that there could be any dangers with the kids doing the clown walk, or even when they leave out of your set, being somewhere else in the wrong spot, doing the clown walk and be mistaken for a gang member?
True. You know, we don't like to look at it that way. The kids are, you know, basically having fun with it. You know, you can't really label clown walk as a gangster walk. You know, we're entertaining. We want to keep everything on the safe side, so we decided to call it clown walking. And you know, they just get out there, have fun. You know, big hip hop clown family type thing going on. You know, you know, they know definitely not to do that at a party. No gang signs. You know.
Y'all kick back and just trip off some walking for a minute.
See, we keep it street around here, man. Fakes don't last long. We do ours from the gutter, baby. Our studio is above the liquor store and beneath your mama's house. They call me C. Dot. Believe it or not, J-Mac got this real nigga rap thing locked. Holla at me at the top. In the Chevy, something hot to hot. Butterscotch with the matching top.
Well, I'm the T-O-P-I-C-R-I-P-P-E-R. Catch me at the bar, young superstar. Like to floss the name, underdog, and it costs to hang. We the whole thing.
Crash the codes, that's my name in Greek. Draft the codes in the game, and I came to eat. We underdogs, what you expect? We straight from the streets, built for this shit. That's why I can't wait to
and
release.
everything we bring be street. Face it, homie, you and us clash. Face off, pop two in your dash. Something smelling like unbathed ass. It's you in the trash. Nothing left, what to do with his ass. Now watch the cars pass.
Oh yeah, this I swear. You ain't from the streets, you ain't coming round here. Young player, hands in the air. Wave them motherfuckers like you just don't care. Oh yeah, this I swear. You ain't from the streets, you ain't coming round here. Young player, drinks in the air. Wave them motherfuckers like you just don't care. How many times I gotta tell the hard-headed, we hot to death. Got a chick on my right as well as my left. See me with a bag, broad, whenever I step. And when I'm It's on to the next.
Nah, I've been in and out of y'all since junior high school. I'm a roughneck nigga, MC like type dude. Ball headed, face score, little bread and juice. I'm like, Noah, give me head and tools. Now what you gonna do?
I'm the youngest of them all. No matter where I go, I bet I crack a bad bra. I ain't conceited, I just spit the game right and have her calling up for girls for the underdogs the same night.
I slang dick like big trouble. Stick thick chicks, chick doubles. Pip shit, no chick troubles. While I'm watching y'all Vicks trick big bubbles. Even Nathan ass chicks, big tits get big doubles.
Oh yeah, this I swear. You ain't from the streets, you ain't coming round here. Young player, hands in the air. Wave the motherfuckers like you just don't care. Oh yeah, this I swear. You ain't from the streets, you ain't coming round here. Young player, drinks in the air. Wave the motherfuckers like you just don't care.
80s, they neighborhood and my neighborhood would never fuck with each other on the level that we doing now.
Man,
in
I
2002, you mention they neighborhood and my neighborhood and you do something to one of them niggas, nigga, you liable to get broke off faster by a nigga that ain't from they set because on the strength. That it's that bond we didn't build because we broke the chain and we said, cuz we not gonna follow that, oh shit, I don't like you because you did this, you did that. Like we was just talking, the homies been trying to get at niggas behind the wall, but niggas on the streets right now getting down with each other.
Hey man.
Fuck all that, we left that
You
there.
broke some history at the American Music World when you and P. Diddy come out there. Man, folks probably biting it. Why he doing this? We wanna stay mad. Don't lock us in. But if you go and everything, Melon, this gotta come on. You really don't have no reason to be mad.
But that's a nigga that
don't
I love.
make some music and get you some
I love
check.
Puffy because Puffy's the type of nigga that's like me. You know what I'm saying? He's the type of motherfucker that don't care, that's going out
And
there
he respects
giving opportunity. You know what I'm saying?
what I
Helping
mean?
motherfuckers at the same time. That's what he doing.
Yeah, ain't gonna be no real game jumping. This other man see this too and know he don't have no attention. So, no, this man ain't got good playership.
Real shit, man.
Now niggas be having players cards and be thinking they having players cards. Well, I'm gonna show you an example of a real players card. Give it to me by the arts with the magic wand. I was doing my little 3D thing real quick. Let me read the back of it. This member card is property of FP. That stands for famous players. And is not transferable. Card holder agrees to be bound by the rules and guidelines of famous player. If this card holder is found to be player hating, faking moves, or violating the code of ethics, this card may be revoked without notice.
That's cold.
No money levels. I got shit that he might fuck around and talk to me and say, damn.
You got something to bring to the table.
You know what I'm talking about? And same thing for him. He like, damn, CJ, man, I didn't know that about this.
That's what made me. That's what attracted me to want to be in the company of you. To ask about you.
But that's
you know what I'm saying? You know, check for you. When I hear a nigga record,
he got
talking shit. He talking shit. Big shit. You know what I'm saying? Who was this nigga talking all this shit? And standing up. He ain't talking shit high, and that nigga like, oh, there he is, huh? Getting out that Cadillac. That nigga's a Cadillac. Nigga, get over here and give me a hug, man. You know what I'm saying? We done went way to the left, but sometimes y'all need to hear things like what we talking about right now, because it's real. And a lot of times y'all don't get a chance to see real niggas interacting and just having a good conversation and power wow. You know what I'm saying? That's all we doing right now. We just power wow. We got the Archbishop Don Magic Wand. We got Big D, the big homie from the Beck 6-0. We got the homie CJ Mack, and I'm Snoop Dogg, and we sitting right here just chopping game in my studio in Doghouse, California. More Whizzle with my pimp Glizzle. You know what I'm saying? We smoking the Thug Fizzle, and we got nice music in the background. We watching Good Times. I went out and stole this tape from this Hizzle I know. She had a whole catalog of them, and I ran off one of them. Just had that dope.
You think about that as far as the about it going mainstream and all that. What do you feel about that? What's your view on that?
I mean, you can't get mad at some shit for growing. You know what I'm saying? You gotta respect the game. You know, cause you didn't create it, so it grew to you. So you gotta respect the game and be happy that it's passing on and it's getting universal exposure. And people actually wanna know what the meaning of it is by it being out there. You know, by it being in your neighborhood, it's only a neighborhood thing. But by it being expanded around the whole world, it's global now. So people can express and understand what you go through. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you gotta look at what it is. It grew from nothing to something. We always hate off the top, hate. Fuck them niggas, they can't be.
They can do what the fuck they want to do.
I will do whatever I want, wherever I want, whenever I want, however I want. And so when I'm dancing around, I feel good like that.
If somebody feel like cwalking, if they feel like motherfucking gigoloing, you know what I'm saying, do what you do. You know what I'm saying, I'm not mad at that. To me personally, homie, you know what I'm saying, it's just a dance. It's how you feeling at the time. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like whatever, if a motherfucker in the mood, you feel like freaking. You know what I'm saying? I done seen the jizz of niggas, you know what I'm saying, come all out they shit, you know what I'm saying, and be freaking and be like, man, that's my nigga. What the fuck is he doing?
Do you realize that you Native American and you guys have a dance that you do for your culture?
Oh, I could do the damn dance
for you.
for
Do you realize
you.
that the Crips feel the same way about the Crip walk? Cause it's like a
Damn,
it's
yeah.
like they dance.
That hella deep. That's hella deep. Shit, do your damn thing. I don't care if you're black, Russian, Asian, or what.
My whole thing is, you know what I'm saying, I'm mad at a nigga that violated nigga, or you know what I'm saying, get out of pocket.
If you see them do their little dance, it's a lot like the Crip walk. It's about territory. Like, if someone was doing it real and respecting the Indians, if he was trying to clown on it, like, hoya, then I'd be like, bitch, I'd light him on fire.
But if you got motherfuckers that's just tripping off of, if all you focused in on life is, oh, he doing this dance and doing it, then you fucked up, homie. You know what I'm saying? You really, your motherfucking values and shit is really so motherfucking far gone because it's a big ass picture out here. You know what I'm saying? It's a big ass motherfucking world. And it's beyond, you know what I'm saying, a nigga's hood. You know what I'm saying? A nigga's street corner. It's a big ass motherfucking world out here, homie. You know what I'm saying?
So if you a Crip over there and you doing the damn thing and you really walking, I will say, what's cracking? My name's V. Can I dance with you real fast? Because I love to do the dance. I ain't trying to get shot over no dance. It ain't nothing but a dance. I just want to make it fun. Can we all be happy? One love.
From January 1st to April 1st, 2002, there's been a reported 64 gang murders in South Central Los Angeles. This total triples the amount of murders in the same time frame from 2001. Due to the decrease in media attention that gang slayings receive, some people think the gang problem has gone away. Not true. This year's statistics alone show that on an average, one person every 48 hours falls victim to gang murder in South Central Los Angeles. And this is one of them.
And then in the car, lit up, boom, boom, boom. That's when my cousin must have swerved, hit the wall like a boom, and the old dude hopped out the passenger seat, ran up on the car, and just, you know what I'm saying? Gave him some more. That's where the headshots came in. You know what I'm saying?
Don't wear war, cuz. Niggas gotta stop underestimating this shit. Niggas gotta be stopping, cuz niggas out here playing. Niggas out here don't know each other. When we get to the scene, cuz we brush the nigga off like somebody else's pain.
Fuck non-active ass bitches, non-frontliners perpetrating the funk. Nigga, or crib.
Then a nigga get a phone call like, cuz the truck got whoop-whoop on it. Whoop-whoop on it. Nigga, that's the homie. You better get back there. Cuz was dead as a doorknob.
You gonna jump out with that slow motherfucker you got? What you finna do, stick slow man on him? He can't catch nobody. Slow motherfucker.
I mean, he stop all up on us. Like he finna jump out. Crip, you can't catch nobody if you do jump out. Cause that fool was chasing little man, tripped and fell in the middle of the street. Tumbled, rolled over like, oh, you know how a clown like trap. Yeah, thought you was gonna catch the homie, huh? Yeah, this is a black thing. This ain't no bad thing, this will get you killed, nigga. So the Puff Diddy's, the Bow Wows, the Jermaine Dupri, and anybody else wanna imitate this walk. This ain't no walk, this ain't no dance, this is a way of life. This is crippin'. Don't get it twisted, brothers. All y'all that's watching this, hey, this shit here is real, man. This shit is real. L.A. is real, don't come playing. It's right there, you got it on cover. We just lost one of ours. Don't lose one of yours next. All I gotta say, homie.
Yeah. Damn. What's cracking? Is that right? Where y'all at? I'll be there in a minute. Hey, just got word that the 60s and the 30s about to have a football game. They playing that motherfucker up at the 90s Park. You know that shit on the crack, and I gotta go check that shit out, y'all.
You're at the football game right now. Finna play the Harlems and put it down today. See who win this game. I'm gonna be on the sideline. I'm gonna be water boy today, chilling. Oh no, I ain't got no. Plus we still got that breath pattern. What's up, that I'm running.
This my nigga, look up, man. This my nigga right here, you know what I'm saying? He got cut from the Rams, then the Raiders picked him up, so the nigga signed up for the Crip football league, and they broke his ass up, so he finna redeem himself. You see he's spetting up, you see he ain't got no lotion on his knee. He all right, though, he all right. It's football. You see, he come out here professional, all that shit. You see what I'm saying? You see what he come out of to get into? This nigga here's gonna do the goddamn thing. Can you crip walk in there? He can crip walk in there, too. Y'all got that, Bubba. Look, I'm out.
Somebody gonna get hurt out here today.
It's funny how such a violent sport can inspire camaraderie between gang members.
Finish off!
Them niggas think they got something for us because they got all them big niggas, but them niggas is soft.
This football game is being played to maintain peace between several different neighborhoods. You might not have cheerleaders, as you can see, the damn show got homegirl entertainment.
This ain't some ghetto shit. When you see baby mamas out here crip walking, as ghetto as it get, nigga.
Yeah. See, man, bounce, topic, yeah, bounce, killer, yeah, bounce with us, bounce with us.
Bang hard, that's the thing to do. Play hard, that's the thing to do. Everything brand new, drink hard, that's the thing to do. When you sitting at the bar, that's the thing to do. New cars, thing to do. 20 inches from the ground, that's the thing to do. TV, it's thing to do. In the dash, in the head, that's the thing to do.
Wanna bang with me? I'ma bang with you. Motherfucker, that's the thing to do. Jumping out of 600, brand new to your too. Motherfucker, that's the thing to do.
Can I hang with you? Stay true, spend a day with you.
She see me beating down the avenue like it's the thing to do. Now she stuck on my dick like glue. She telling lies, but they say my truth. Cause her eyes is on them guys too. I ain't mad at you. Little mama, that's the thing to do. I'm getting rich, that's the thing to do.
Hey, make them police move off the fucking field, man. We trying to have a football game, man. Hey, fellas, take it all the way, man. I'm bad, but I ain't that goddamn bad.
So you wanna know how young niggas grow up in L.A. I'm only 13, a young junior high sex fiend. I bang for the set, slang, rock, and morphine. My 2 uncles died, my oldest brother died. My other brother's in a wheelchair, paralyzed. So I ride cause I'm supposed to. Fuck what you say, 38 is in my locker, in my pocket is a deuce. Ready to spit on any mark who wanna trip. I got the whole school scared. Nigga, I'm the shit. I always get money, I always get high. Girls always think I'm funny, fiends always wanna buy. Older guys always
now you have it. I told they ass we weren't leaving out of here scoreless. We gon' whoop some ass. Rolling sixes, that's good. Funky Loki, tell them Funky. He scored, cause they about to lose.
But I don't give a fuck.
L.A. Notorious land of gang bang, dope slang.
Crip walk is a cultural thing, and it's what they do, you know, to be proud that they're in this gang, throwing their signs up and shit, and that's what it is. And I could see how, you know, the people were there from the beginning, all the ganglers would be pissed off how it's become a fact.
If you a real gangbanger, for real, you know, and I'm dealing with niggas every day that's for real with this, right? And you got time to fuck with a nigga because he's dancing and you know he ain't no banger. You petty.
And we had Dub C come in and do the Crip walk on the Got to Life video. And like he can do it like nobody can do it. I liked his style and everything. He was coming up just throwing his signs and all this shit was great. You screw around doing it. I think it's just a cool dance.
I would say just do it in a positive way. Just Crip walk how you gonna Crip walk. And that's it. Just do your thing, you know, but don't throw up your sets or whatever. Just get your dance on.
I think Tell You the Reals is cool, because by the time they got a West Coast thing,
besides all this negative shit they be putting on us, they got something the children love, you know what I mean? They love dancing, and now they got a West Coast dance to do. It's great to me.
It's depressing. I don't understand why people gotta fucking hate each other.
LA is like a jungle. It's so big, but it's so small because you got gangs right here that don't like you, gangs over here that you cool with, gangs over here that you don't like, that like them niggas that don't like you. Now you got two gangs coming from this side. You know, it's all kind of shit and tricks and traps and shit out there. I'm not from LA, I'm from Long Beach, but I got a lot of homies from LA. And by me, you know, dealing with them, I try to figure out and understand how they bang thing. It's a beautiful thing, the way you gotta bang in LA. So in LA, I suggest you get you some history on cwalking before you run out there in the streets and, you know what I'm saying, throwing it up and cwalking. You might get your whole neck knocked off your shoulder.
There's another side of this gang lifestyle that the movie makers and the media don't touch on. That's incarceration and years of it.
How many years you spent in the prison system?
This last trip, I spent 15 years. But I say since like 79, I've been on the streets a total about 34, 35 months.
Does that leave you bitter or want to change?
Shit, everybody changed. You know what I'm saying? Everybody changed. Only an idiot gonna stay the same.
So what would you say to a youngster that's out here running wild with no guidance?
I be talking to youngsters nowadays, going around different little probation schools and high schools, and just kind of like talking to them, giving them some realism about what's going on with this banging. And I mean, you can't really tell nobody nothing. Man, I can do is make suggestions to them. I'll tell them one thing for sure, two things for certain. Everything you do on this planet, you gotta pay for that shit. Believe that. God will make you pay for whatever you do out here on this planet.
In a perfect world, man, what would you like to see, man, happen in Los Angeles as far as gangs are involved?
Man, look. Man, I ain't finna sit up here and say I want to see us all get along. I done been through all that already. I did all that. I was holding gang meetings. I had every gang leader from the east to the west, from far north, Playboy gangsters, Venice show lines, far south is Compton, Grape, Watts. I done did all that shit.
You know, we pulled up and shit next to the Slavs. They in a little car acting gay because they didn't want to say shit when we was like right next to them and shit. Niggas act like they wanted to raise. As soon as the light turned green and shit, we start pulling off. Them tramps lagged back and just start letting us have it.
Me and my homeboy Cat from the neighborhood, Mustafa, we orchestrated a ceasefire with all the L.A. gangs. And doing all that, you know, you had to bring all the youngsters in because them was the ones who was doing all the killings and the shootings. And when we start bringing all the youngsters to the table, that's when all hell broke loose. The young niggas came up in there with heats.
Back in '85, man, you was giving niggas heads up. Niggas was pulling over, giving niggas heads up. So right now, you got a gang of cowards from both sides running behind this pistol.
I don't know how this one in the dope, Mr. Nigga. For the dash, right here in the seat, get that over there.
We had niggas coming to the table who just a week ago just laid a nigga down, killed this nigga and his little sister and all that old type of shit. Now they at the table talking about we gonna get along. Man, that shit wasn't happening.
Because you got a lot of these hardheads, man, you know, and they growing up real fast and they getting guns in their hands real fast. So it makes it dangerous, the neighborhood dangerous, man. Your own little homies you gotta watch out for because you really don't know who gonna plug you.
Just 10 days after we interviewed the Broadways, they were ambushed and gunned down, leaving 3 wounded and Sput in a wheelchair.
I took like 10, 9 below the waist, 1 in the hand. I gotta take this with the neighborhood, you feel me? This come with the territory. I ain't gonna run from it. Right back at him.
I remember this day in particular, you know, I called a meeting. I had all the little shooters from my neighborhood up in the meeting, hollering at them about, man, this is what we got going on. We've been meeting with these cats from all these different neighborhoods. We finna have this big ceasefire and we gonna, y'all niggas lay your weapons down for a little while and see what happens. As soon as I had everybody cooperation, man, the bullets started ripping through the stove. Certain motherfuckers that just didn't want to see it happen, man. You know, I don't know.
Bullets have no names, nor ages attached to them. This is a sidewalk memorial remembering the 15 and the 18-year-old who were murdered here.
I used to always tell them, stop hanging out here. This was gonna happen one day. I went to jail, came back, and this is what I came to.
Gangs deal with a lot of death, so it's very real. It's not like you doing a car clubs dance. You're doing a group of men that murdered together.
I used to be out here hanging with them. Could have got shot plenty of times with them. Everybody needs to stop this gang bang. I just wish they could have died a better way when they grade old.
You didn't have no big homeboys that was real with this shit right here, or you wasn't with this shit right here and everything, you definitely need to check your feet, because there's somebody out there waiting to motherfucking hang your hat. Definitely, somebody gonna hang your cap.
It's no secret that we live in a society that embraces violence as a form of entertainment. Gang lifestyle has been imitated in many forms, by way of music, movies, language, style of clothing, and now dance. From the streets of Los Angeles to boroughs of New York City, across seas to Asia, Europe, and even New Zealand, you can find people emulating the crip walk. Is it a gang ritual, or is it something that we should view as just another creative form of dance? Some people say the cwalk provides a positive way for our youth to get together and compete without introducing any violence. The clown troupe leaders say they teach their kids discipline and how to work together as a team. So when we see a teenager cwalking, are we to think he's dancing, or is he really trying to show us his gang affiliation? Because in some instances, the cwalk can be regarded with the same territorial threat as throwing up gang signs. The consequence of most gang activity is violence, and its ultimate form is death. As you can see, there are many different point of views on this matter. Just like in most controversies, the lines between right and wrong can be blurred, depending on whose opinion you accept. Some people say it's not that serious, it's just a dance. Laker girls is even crip walking. But where I'm from, any small gang mistake turns serious. I brought you the history. You decide. I'm CJ Mack from Underdog Records and Films. Thank you for watching cwalk, Volume 1.
I was inspired by this individual, CJ Mack. I never met the cat before. I was turned on to him one afternoon. I saw what he was doing. I saw how he had video equipment and cameras and a record company in the middle of the hood, had his people with him, his family, trying to do something positive. And I was really struck by the potential of this vision to show people that, you know, through all of the death and destruction and pain and suffering of a particular community or a particular culture, out of this was born an art form that has taken on a life of its own and started somewhere in California, now is practiced all over the world.
I've watched cwalk grow from nothing to something. I've watched gang members in parks when I was a kid doing a cwalk. I know the cwalk as the crip walk, and I've watched gang members do this dance, and I remember a time when gang members were the only ones allowed to do a dance, and then I've gone to Laker games, and I saw the Laker girls doing a crip walk. I see different entertainers doing a crip walk, and I say, hey, you know, a lot of people are doing this, and I'm quite sure they don't know the history of this. You know, not that I think it's bad or good, or this person should do it, and a non-affiliated person shouldn't do the crip walk, and only gang members should do the crip walk. Not to say that I feel that way, but I just believe that everyone should know the history of crip walking and where it came from. Like I say, I remember when, if you wasn't gang banging, you were not going to do that dance, and you were looked at as a bad person if you did that dance. And when I looked up and saw it so mainstream, I was just compelled to do it. I had to do it. I had to put the history out there and let everyone know, hey, this is where this comes from. And also, I looked at cwalk as a way, this thing being so worldwide and so worldly, I looked at cwalk as a way to get my point across to the masses. Sort of like a Scared Straight from another standpoint. And Scared Straight, you know, you have a bunch of guys that were in the penitentiary. You brought some kids in, you had the guys scare them and do all this and that to the kids and had the kids crying and all that. And hopefully you changed some of those kids' lives. As a matter of fact, I saw a 20-year follow-up on that, and some of them did change. A few didn't, some did. So that was a good thing, and it was an honest attempt at making change. I believe now that you have to entertain these kids in order to teach them, because they're not scared no more. You know, I see 12, 13, 14-year-olds with guns, smoking sherm, smoking weed, you know, and killing. You know, when I grew up, the gang thing was more so you were judged on your fighting ability, your squabble. You know, now these kids don't say like, oh, he can't fight, oh, he don't have no squabble, he can't do this here. Now these kids say, he ain't no killer. And that's disturbing to me for that term to be used just so loosely. He ain't no killer. That's how these kids judge one another. That's how the gang members, these young gang members, that's how they judge each other's manhood now on who's a killer and who's not. And the media walked away from the gang slayings that take place in Los Angeles because it happened so rapidly and it was so frequent that it was no longer news. But just because it's no longer news doesn't mean that mothers have stopped crying, you know, sisters have stopped crying, daughters and sons are still becoming fatherless around here at a rapid pace. So, you know, the cwalk is a way for me to entertain the youth and let them see the crip walking and everything, and also show them that murders are taking place out here. It's a way for me to entertain them. Let the parents say, oh yeah, my kid, he's doing the crip walk. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. But now I get to slip the knowledge in here to you parents too, to let you see, let you further investigate what your kid is doing. If you see your kid crip walking, now you can look at it and say, you know, you can ask your kid, are you clown walking? Are you with the clown troops? Is you doing this for fun? Or are you gang banging? You know, now you can check your kid on that and not just think he's just doing another dance like, you know, the electric slide or something. You can sit down and have dialogue with your child and find out what's going on, you know, with him, you know, and that's something I think that all parents should do, because it's so easy for your kid to drift and end up being a part of something that may ruin his life, or, you know, your life and everybody else's, because a lot of times when kids doing the streets, they bring it home. You know, and bullets don't have no names or ages attached to them. So that's my purpose of doing cwalk. Like I said, the entertainment part is clever, but I want to get the history across, and I also want to get a message across. A lot of people don't want to hear about the murders and the gang killings and slayings and shootings that's going on out here, but it's true. And I'm going to entertain you, but I'm also going to show you the real.
This is a bullet wound. At the age of 15, I was shot. And some young black and brown men tried to take my life. And this was in New York City, January 18th, 1983. Here we are in May 2002 in Los Angeles. And already, since January of 2002 to May, over 173 people have been shot in this city alone. And the question always has been is, why do we do this? And, you know, what I believe is because of a lack of love and a lack of understanding who we are, a lack of self-love.
Some kids gang bang to belong to something. Some of these kids don't have mothers, don't have fathers. Some of these kids, some of these kids got to walk past their mama on the corner begging for $2 and $3 to go buy a hit of crack or a shot of heroin. And this kid has to walk past his mom, but then he walks to the gang, and the gang is his family. So in some instances, the gang lifestyle isn't as negative as it's portrayed. And we also try to show that within the film by showing that, hey, this guy may be a gang member, but he's playing football just like you and your friends would get together and play football.
Man, I was, I'm bred like a thoroughbred dog in this shit, man. I was born and raised around that little environment. When I was a youngster, when I was 10 years old, I was in the 5th grade, going to Hyde Park Elementary. The Crips used to hold their meetings right in front of Hyde Park Elementary auditorium.
As far as the teenagers are concerned, gang banging has always been kind of like a so-called cool thing to do. The gang members at school, they got the girls, they're the tough guys, they fighting and this and that and this and that. So it's easy for a kid to look at that lifestyle and say, hey, I want to be like that. This guy's getting respect. Ain't nobody taking his lunch money. Ain't nobody taking his shoes off. So it's real easy for a kid to get in a position of wanting to be a gang member when he's at school and he's walking home from school, and then the gang members roll up and everybody's like kind of panicking or nervous when they see the gang members, and he sees the gang members go up to another kid, non-affiliated kid, take his shoes off of him, or take his little Jordans or this and that off of him, and then this kid looks at that and say, hey, I'm either gonna be a jumper or a jumpy. You know what I mean? And sometimes a kid makes a decision that he's gonna join this gang right here.
When I got out of school, I was left to play in front of my house, and here go the Crips right across the street from my house doing their thing, and I was liking that shit. And eventually one day I got involved with that shit because Babyface, one of them niggas ran across the street, stole my bike. I was riding on a Swin with a little banana seat, with the sissy pole and all that. And them niggas ran over there and tried to take my bike. I took my vice grips off the pole and whacked the nigga in his mouth with them vice grips. And the niggas collared me up and took me over there to the meeting. Like, look, nigga, this little nigga crazy, man. And I broke loose from them niggas and ran home. I ran across the street to my house. And back then, I was me and my nigga Mad Ronnie, G-Bob, Nail, Mumbles. That's what I was running with back then. I had an old-ass shotgun. That motherfucker was long as a motherfucker, old double barrel. And I ran out the house with that motherfucker at them niggas. And them niggas took it from me. Them niggas, I don't know how they got up on me. They got behind me, took the gun from me. And they had me up on the little podium over there by the auditorium talking about, little nigga, you crazy, nigga, you wanna be a Crip? And I'm like, yeah, nigga, I wanna be a Crip, nigga. And the next, they used to have their meetings up there. The next week when they had that meeting, I went over there. That gun, that shotgun that they took from me, they sawed it off. It was little, about this big. And back then, the motherfuckers said I looked like Barney Rubble. You know what I'm saying? So them niggas, that was my nickname, Shotgun Barney.
More than just say, hey, you shouldn't do that. You gotta show a kid why he shouldn't do that. You gotta let a kid know when you kill somebody, that's final. And you gotta also let a kid know being in the gang doesn't necessarily mean you're just gonna breeze through and you're gonna get girls and everybody gonna think you're a tough guy. You're gonna have a couple of fights. You may have to murder. You may have to kill in order to stay alive. And not only that, you may get killed. And I don't think that message is conveyed through the youth as they're growing up and they're watching the gang banging. You just end up in it. You know what I mean? I mean, it's right outside your front door. So parents have to really, really, really stay on their children and watch their moves and watch who they're hanging with in their surroundings and be able to notice it. Because myself, I was a kid that I had to leave out the house with the shirt tucked in and all that to get past my mother. As soon as I got outside, the shirt came out, pants dropped a little lower, you know what I mean? And and that was that. So even if it's not, a parent can't walk with his kid 24 hours a day. But please do the best you can and stick with them. And I think if the message is conveyed about the seriousness of gangbanging and a kid that's leaning or, you know, got one leg over the fence and one leg on this side, if he sees what really happens, if he sees the years of incarceration, he sees what murder looks like, if he sees another teenage kid splattered on the sidewalk or sitting in the morgue or at the trauma center somewhere, a rehabilitation center with paralyzed kids up in there, you know, blowing through a straw in order to move. You know what I mean? Maybe they'll be discouraged, you know. That's to me a better lesson than, hey, don't do that.
Once they go behind that penitentiary wall and do a considerable amount of time up in that motherfucker, you get up in there and then now the same motherfuckers you was out here on the streets shooting at, fighting and killing, you sellies with this nigga in the penitentiary. You gotta depend on this nigga to watch your back, and you gotta be there and watch that nigga back. And then once you go through all that, you be like, damn, well, what the fuck was I doing all that shit out there on the street for? And I'm in here getting along with this nigga, you know what I mean? It'd be like that shit I was doing out there before it was nothing, man. It was for nothing.
Blacks were facing a whole lot of injustices, and you had groups that were fed up and tired of taking it. And the Crips were formed to be a subdivision of one of those particular groups. And they were to police their own. The Crips were supposed to police their own neighborhoods since we weren't getting the justice we felt deserved with the regular policing agencies. So the Crips decided to police their own neighborhoods, and somewhere down the line, I'm not sure, I wasn't there, whether it was the drugs or greed or something took place and just got this thing out of hand. You know, Crips kill Crips. Not only do Crips kill other black gangs or other organizations, Crips kill Crips. Probably in Los Angeles more rapidly than Bloods kill Crips. So it's way out of hand, man. It's way out of hand, and you know, it needs to be taken back. The history should be taught. It needs to be taken back, and we need some understanding bad, man. We need some education badly, man, on why we even doing this. You know, you ask a kid 18 years old that's probably killed 3 people already, and you ask him, why you gangbanging? Because I'm from the hood. That's probably the best answer he gonna give you. When did cripping start? Shit, I don't know. Why you killing dude over there? Because he from Whoop Whoop. That's the best answer you're gonna probably be able to give you. And that's ridiculous. So I think that is way out of hand, and I think that our community needs help. Bad. Our community is in desperate need of help. And the funny thing is, if you're from this neighborhood over here, and these guys look at, they're a certain way, and they all kicking in, they love each other, and they're brotherly, blah. And then you look at this neighborhood over here. These guys think these guys are animals. They view them as animals instead of human beings. They view these guys as another species, which is ridiculous. And these guys look at the other ones the same. But if you are accepted by someone in this group and you hang out with them, you see these guys are normal guys, friends. They kick and hang out and do everything normal people do. Then if you're accepted by this group, you will see that they do the same thing. And that we're all black, strong individuals, and somewhere mentally we're lost and we're killing each other and smashing each other on sight. And that is really the destruction of us. And that's why we won't see a black president, because we're murdering them every day. We're murdering the governors, we're murdering the councilmen. You know, this 16, 17-year-old kid is not gonna stay baby whoop whoop from the hood. If he grows and he has an opportunity to grow, he can very well end up being senator, blah, blah, that knows the conditions of the hood. Councilman such and such that's been through gang banging, that's been through the juvenile system or what have you, and he knows the problem, so now he can give back. we don't get to give back. And then we complain about problems in the hood and problems of this, and they don't understand, they don't know this. Well, we killing everybody that does understand. So maybe if we stop murdering one another, we can get somebody in office that really knows what's happening. Because until then, we're going to get the college boy that ain't got nothing to do with the hood. Making all the plans and collecting all the funding, you know, and placing it where he sees fit. And will never grow as a people that way. So, you know, my thing is let some of the youth live, man. Let some of these kids live and let's see what they turn out. Let's see what they turn out to be.
You know, I was young, you know, just with a gun. And didn't know no better and thought I was doing cool shit because I got motherfuckers in my head talking about that shit is cool and that's just down. And you fly and you wild and you crazy and I ain't got no positive shit. Somebody telling me, nigga, hold up. Nigga, it's genocide, nigga.
If a kid was to say, well, CJ is, you know, trying to change us and this and that, CJ just going soft or this and that, I would tell the kid, hey, I'm not going soft at all because I'm staying down enough to get up here and say this right here. I'm down enough. It take courage and guts to be able to say, hey, man, it's not right. What we doing is not right. And if a few of y'all, I mean, I can't get through to everybody. And even me, I watch older guys from my neighborhood and older guys around me, as soon as they start thinking, oh, you know, I ain't tripping off this gang thing or this, and then they get gunned down. So believe me, even now, even with me doing this, even with the directing and the films and all this kind of stuff right here, I can't let my guard down because the day I think everything is just all good, I'm going to get popped out. So believe me, you know, I'm not going to put myself in a position to get popped out unless it's for change. So I'll get out here and I'll be whatever you want me to be if I can be out here to make some sort of change. So we all got to put down the machoism at a certain point and let each other live, man. There's other things you can do for your neighborhood. There's other things you can do for your homeboys. There's other things you can do for your community that's putting in work besides murdering somebody else that can possibly save your ass one day.
See this Crip, man, Crip, and that Crippin' fucked off my baseball career. You know, I had a baseball career. I went to the San Diego Padres minor league. I got drafted from out of Youth Authority High School. We played our championship game at Dodger Stadium. And you know, when I got out, before I went, you know, I was playing for Crenshaw. I played with Darryl Strawberry, Red, Stubblefield, Twins. And, you know, I had a baseball career going, man. And, you know, one day, one of my little homies from the neighborhood got killed. I was at the ball club, and I heard about him getting flipped. He was already in a wheelchair, and these niggas finished him off. And when I heard that shit, I left the ball club, came back to the hood, went and got down, how I get down, and fucked my whole little baseball career up. I've been in and out of the motherfucking penitentiary ever since.
So what could you say to these kids that's thinking about getting into this gang activity and knowing no history about it?
Man, leave it alone, man. Don't fuck with it.
Me, at the age that I am now, and seeing this process for so long, I really wish gang banging would stop. Because it's hard to be proud of where you're from and proud of your friends and where you grew up in your community. There's nothing wrong with community pride. But the murdering of other black youths is ridiculous. I mean, of course we don't have a black president because we're killing him before he ever gets a chance. People change. I've changed tremendously. And God willing, I was granted the opportunity to change. But these kids are cutting each other down in the streets left and right, you know, because he grew up 10 blocks away from this kid. He's cutting him down. And this guy right here may be the cat that have to save your life one day. You may be in a predicament, and this guy is the only person that could have saved your life, and he's sitting up in Inglewood Cemetery. I mean, you dying, everybody fighting over area, just like, say, Inglewood or this gang here, and then this dude get killed, and he in Inglewood Cemetery laying probably 30, 40 feet away from somebody in another grave that he thought was his enemy. Now you're rested next to each other for life. I mean, we just got to cut out the unnecessary slaying of each other. So yes, I really wish gangbanging would stop.
Underdog. Yep, yep. Yeah, yeah. OGs, get your hands up. Yep. OGs, get your hands up. Yep. Homegirls, get your hands up. Yep. Yep. EP, you make a track go bang. Young Topper make a track go bang.
C-Mac, what's happening, big homie holler? Let's ride on them niggas, let's get them dollars. Fuck them phony ass niggas, we got battle scars. It's 2001, nigga, now the West
We go
is
together
ours.
like dead mini caddy wagons. This is my last ride. It's underdog and nothing, nigga. La 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 la. Blow through your fresh white, roll back your eyes, you stain everything behind your ass. I told you simplify.
What you ride, what you
man, this underdog.
And we the motherfucking shit like a bathroom stall. Young Topic, bring it to you like pay-per-view. And I be riding underdog till my days is through.
What you wanna do?
What you wanna do?
I wanna gaffle up every motherfucker, spit a rap that ain't true. Wipe him out like bombs on a window glass. Buff underdog shit, puffin' endo grass.
Tell me what you heard, it's all about gangsta niggas. I never loved a nerd, it's something about gangsta niggas. Tell me what you heard, it's all about gangsta niggas. I never loved a nerd, it's something about gangsta niggas. Hey.
Fuck the phony shit, I leave it up to pop singers. You couldn't touch underdog with 4 hands and 20 fingers. We cock back, ready to bust like twin Ninas. I'm here to hang up the game like same day cleaners. I'm about to pave the way for young niggas like me.
Spell your name.
Capital T-O-P-I
C-J-M-A.
See, y'all can't see me. It's only 2 real niggas rapping.
The other niggas me, you know it's real. See me county jail chunking them back. Next day at the Staples Center fucking with Shaq. At the bar, ice water.
What you fucking with, man?
I ain't drinking, I just need the ice, my knuckles is black. I'm here to rape y'all well, take all provisions. Give them hell like 25 circumcisions. First smirk I see, niggas get dirt for visions. With a half a suit and cross hands.
Now how you living?
Tell me what you heard, it's all about gangsta niggas. I never loved a nerd, it's something about gangsta niggas. Tell me what you heard, it's all about gangsta niggas. I never loved a nerd, it's something about gangsta niggas.
I spit the game like a redneck farmer, hit a Folgers can.
Why you ride on a Mac?
Cause I know I can. On the 3 wheels, posing like, so what, and sipping Red Bull and Henny out of soda can. C-Mac, rough nigga, I'll give it to you hard like OJ trying to get a Brentwood coaching job. One glove, knife hanging out his pocket at an all-girl morning school. How you gonna stop?
Once again, it's the West Coast world renowned. I leave your chest frozen, let your body bar the ground. Bitch, you seeing Young Topic bowing down. Couldn't see me do that shit with an ultrasound. Now these niggas mad cause they see us step up the game. Blow the whistle, flagrant foul, we taking your change.
Why you hit them so hard, Top?
I can't explain, it's just that underdog in me, nigga.
Bang.
Nigga, bang.
Tell me what you heard, it's all about gangsta niggas. I never loved a nerd, it's something about gangsta niggas. Tell me what you heard, it's all about gangsta niggas. I never loved a nerd, it's something about gangsta niggas. Hey. Tell me what you heard, it's all about gangsta niggas.
It's important that we document our history so that we can have the stories to tell. The cwalk is a reflection of a larger picture, of a culture, of a history, of a people, of a pain, of a suffering. You have this dance, this walk, this expression. I think it's important to see all this history because if we don't know where we've been, we'll never know where we're going. So I'm with you.
Underdog. Yeah, yeah. OGs, get your hands up. Yep.
It's cracking. CJ Mack from Underdog Records and Films, aka the King L.A. Welcome to Los Angeles. Some call this the home of the body bag. I just call it home. Every 10 blocks or so, we got different gangs that represent different sets around here. Summertime's a motherfucker, and the murder rate around Christmas ain't no better. It's like God comes through cleaning house every 6 months or something. If you can make it here, you can make anywhere on this planet. But through all the hood shit, bullets and bloodshed, every hood in Los Angeles got one thing in common. Hardcore rap music and motherfuckers dancing to it.
Here goes.
You're looking at cwalk Volume 1.
cwalk Volume 1.
Underdog Records, nigga. cwalk, nigga, Volume 1, nigga. Yeah, motherfucker, keep tuning in this motherfucker cwalk Volume 1, nigga. That's all live and uncut, nigga. Bringing you from hood to hood, nigga. Probably motherfuckers you know you done ran from, nigga. Volume 1, cwalk, nigga. Dub C, the ghetto motherfucking Heisman.
Dub C really was the one that put it on front page. You know, he got his own little style where he hops side to side, keep his knees together and moves it and stuff. I saw Bow Wow dance on the awards, and he was pretty nice with it. Bow Wow don't know nothing about no crip, you know what I'm saying? It's a fad now. It's something to do. It's a dance, and a dance is gonna be taken as a dance.
To me, that's disrespect. That's a disrespect just to the Crip Nation itself, the gangbanging nation itself.
People doing it, and people should be happy that they dancing instead of shooting.
Fake ass, bust ass bitches trying to crip walk. I ain't even with that shit. I ain't never been with that shit.
It's gonna get back hot, cause niggas is banging again. Some motherfuckers out here banging again. Cause all that walking and running around like a motherfucker really crippin' and ain't crippin' and get killed and your family be hurt.
And know that what you're doing is just potentially could put you into a hazardous situation if you run up on somebody who want to get at you about that.
In L.A., I suggest you get you some history on cwalking before you run out there in the streets. You might get your whole neck knocked off your shoulder.
You know, we pulled up and shit next to the slabs. They in a little car acting gay because they didn't want to say shit when we was like right next to them and shit.
Yeah, for real. Real crippin' on this side of town.
I used to always tell them, stop hanging out here. This was gonna happen one day. I went to jail, came back, and this is what I came to.
I don't know how this one in the dope missile, nigga. Headshot for the dash. Right here in the seat. Get that over there. We had to put all new windows in.
Bullets ain't meant for the hustlers. Keep shooting us if you want to. Catch your ass slipping, nigga.
Took like 10, 9 below the waist, 1 in the hand. I gotta take this with the neighborhood, you feel me? This comes with the territory. I ain't gonna run from it. Right back at him.
I used to be out here hanging with them. Could have got shot plenty of times with them. Just everybody needs to stop this gangbang. I just wish they could have died a better way when they grade old.
Gangs deal with a lot of death, so it's very real. It's not like you doing a car clubs dance. You doing a group of men that murdered together.
If you didn't have no big homeboys that was real with this shit right here, or you wasn't with this shit right here and everything, you definitely need to check your feet because there's somebody out there waiting to motherfucking hang your hat. Definitely, somebody will hang your cap. So this shit right here, it's a motherfucking documentary on what we call the cwalk. Take notes, nigga.
Here goes.
LA. Back again. I'm the king of LA. The fabulous CJ. I'm the king of LA.
Are you ready?
I'm the king of LA. Banged out, new coupe with the brains out. Only rich rappers still hang out. Pretending I brings it all to y'all. Plus you see me in the city club, cwalking, sipping Remy. Hey, rag jags and labs. Bring the floss to the city. Never soft, stay gritty. Iced out, hollering about money, everything. Keep it real, half a meal and still juggling things. C-Mac, player better know. Can't slang, can't ball, you better flow. Let it go, y'all busters can't push no lines. Y'all soft like cashmere, need a cashier, twin blowers. Ignore us, we ain't having that. 6 figures later, still having scraps. Swerve la la, black and pala. Quick to roll the window and let the clip go.
Dear God, thank you for giving me another day of life and bless those that are less fortunate than me. Although I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. Please let me live to see the smiling faces and embrace the open arms of my seeds. Until then, I pray. Eyes open, 'cause I ain't never seen nothing like this.